All right, we're moving right along. So we have, let's do a quick recap. So we've just done all these steps here. We connected our apps, tossable digits. We got everything registered. We got our QuickBooks set up if we need to. We got our Brex account set up, or business checking account set up. Now we're going to register our DBA, or could also be called a fictitious name certificate, depending on the state you're in. We're also going to talk about DNB and how to list yourself. And these are optional ones, but I recommend them, and I think they're important that you do in the beginning. Because as we scale the company, we're going to want to have some seasoning on these two. So I recommend setting these up. Also, how to register your DBA. So DBA is a doing business as. So doing business as, this stands for okay. This is like directly what it means, but we want as an example. So a DBA, or doing business as, if your LLC legal name is, John Doe LLC, but you want your customers to know you as Superlative Salon or anything beside John Doe. So for example, if you had your business registration, you got your EIN number, and that is under the name of, let's say in this case, John Doe LLC. So John Doe is the name of the business. But they want their storefront to be Superlative Salon. So the way they do that is they have their business, John Doe LLC, DBA, aka doing business as, DBA, Superlative Salon. So we have to register that with the clerk's office, or with the Secretary of State, or with the State Corporation Commission. There's somebody in your state where you need to do this registration. So for example, I would search in my state. So how to register a DBA in Virginia. So that's the proper search term. So in order to do this, it says right here, if you want to register a DBA or a fictitious name, you must file a form with the State Corporation Commission and pay a filing fee of $10. So what you need to do is Google, how do I register my DBA in your state, and then figure out what the process is for your state. You may have to go down to the clerk's office, you may have to, you might be able to do it online. I mean, it really, just depends on what your state requirement is. So make sure you get your DBA registered. The next thing we're going to go into is something completely different than DBA, but DNB. So DNB is a business credit reporting agency. We want to just register with this and get our DUNS number. This is not part of this is something that comes into play much later when you're scaling. But it's important that we go ahead and get this registered in the beginning, just so we have this set up. So with this number, this is like you have your personal credit reporting agencies, you have Experian, Equifax, TransUnion. On the business side, business credit reporting agencies, you have DNB, which is Dun & Bradstreet. You have, what are the other two? You have Experian, and then you have TransUnion. So these are the other three business credit reporting agencies. So we want to make sure we set this account up, and it's very, very simple. All we got to do is just go through the steps here, or call them, and then just do this registration and go through the process here. It's not something that's highly important, but just throughout this, it's a good thing to get set up in the very beginning. It's just going to ask you for your business address, and it's going to give you like a number, like a DUNS number, and this is like kind of like an ID for your DUNS. Now, one important thing to mention about both of these, there are many, many companies that are going to try to get you to charge for this service. Just to register, let's go back to DBA. Just to register this, there's going to be a lot of companies that are going to try to charge you for setting this up, lawyers and stuff like that. You don't need any of these services. You don't have to pay anyone. Just do it yourself and pay the fee. For the state, it's $10, or sometimes it's free, $20. You don't need any other service to do this for you. So just go and get the DBA filed. You want to have your business name, DBA, and in this case, my DBA is going to be under the name of Best Treadmill for Sale. So whatever my domain name is, that's going to be what my DBA name is. So it'll be my business name, DBA, Best Treadmill for Sale. So that's what we want to do for the DBA. And then they're going to give you a form. Again, make sure you keep the electronic copy that if you or scan it, and keep a physical copy, as this is something that you might use this document in later on. So it's an important document, so make sure you have it on file in case you need it. So that's going to be that. Again, with the DNB number, the Dun & Bradstreet number, they're also making an attempt to charge you for expedited service or some other nonsense. Just register it. Don't pay anything. There's no fee for this. It's a free service. Make sure you do not pay anything. You just want to register it with your business name and your address. That's all. So that's the Dun & Bradstreet number. The next thing we want to do is we want to go to listyourself.net. I think previously I had shown it .com in the notepad file, but we actually want to go to listyourself.net, and we want to go get listed in directory assistance for free, and then we just want to list our 800 number, so our business number, and we want to put all of these details related to our business. So we want to figure out which category relates to us, and we want to just submit all this information, email address, the phone. And what this is going to do is this is going to put us in the 411, in 411 with our business information. So we want that to be available for multiple reasons. Number one, for vendors, if they tend to look us up, then we'll be available to be found. It makes us easy and more exposure. And then number two, it also has an added benefit of sometimes of when you outbound call someone, then your business name will pop up on the caller ID. So this is really interesting and really important because it gives you another layer of credibility when you're reaching out to vendors. So make sure you do these two processes. And, lastly, there's one additional benefit of this is that later, if you do go for financing or you pursue that sort of with path, which I highly recommend, but it's not the main selling point of the course, but it's a huge added bonus, is I recommend that you have this here because underwriters are definitely going to look in the directory assistance like 411 to make sure that you are listed there. It becomes required later. So it's better just to go ahead and set it up now that you have all the details. You have your email, your phone, your address, and business name all set up. So make sure you have all three of those established. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to get right into deciding our palette. We're going to create our logo. We're going to create our social media accounts. And then we're going to create our site. We are moving right along. All right, I'll see you in the next video.